guys, today I'm here to share with you an anti-haul. I did one of these a few months ago and I thought I would update you on some new products. So I am going to be sharing with you products that I will not be purchasing, whether it's I just don't think the product would be for me, I whatever. No shame against these companies. I feel like I always have to give a little disclaimer. You guys know the drill. Let's just hop right in and get started. First product is the Stila Stale Day Cover Powder Finish Foundation and Concealer. Woo! So this is $36. It does look very interesting, a powder finish foundation and concealer. And I think Tati used it in a video not too long ago, and it did look very nice. I just don't think I'm going to be using it because I'm not really into these stick foundations as much, and I really will not be purchasing new makeup that is high-end. I'm kind of staying away from high-end. I don't have a lot of money to spend on that stuff, so I don't know. Just not really interested. Another one is the Laura Geller Iconic New York collection. So there's a few, I think there's many different eyeshadow palettes. This is the Uptown Chic eyeshadows. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing any of the palettes, but this one does look kind of interesting with like the warmer tones, like the browns and the plums and the whatever. I think it does look very nice, but I'm kind of over warm tone palettes. I mean, this one does have a little more cool tone in it. So it's not like full warm tone, like there is cool tone in it. And I do think that that is a nice shade selection. I do like it, like a lot, kind of, but I don't need any more palettes like that, and I don't know. But that one does look very nice. Their palette is the Lorac Unzipped Desert Sunset palette, though I think Lorac came out with a few more unzipped palettes as well. Like, this is not just the only one. Like, again, I'm over the warm tones. I don't really like that purple in there. I have my Lorac Pro, and I'm loving that palette, and I'm not really wanting any more warm tones. We need to kind of come out with a little bit more of a mix, not necessarily all warm tones. One is the Dose of Colors Eyedeal Duo. This one's online only, $25. So is that like a cream shadow and then like a shimmer on top? I am not going to spend $25 on one single eyeshadow. I have a hard time spending like $7, $8, $9 on a L'Oreal, depending on where you get it. That's still a lot of money for me. Like, the Maybelline $2.99 eyeshadows is what I want to pay for one single eyeshadow. I'm not going to pay $25. I mean, you do come with like two different things, but $25 for that, like, I cannot spend that money. Too much. MAC is also coming out with it's the MAC Girls palettes. There's Mischief Minx, Power Hungry Basic Bee, and Prissy Princess. Those are very interesting names. They're coming soon to Ulta. That's what it says. They are $39.50 for 9 shadows for $39.50. I'm not really into MAC very much. The only MAC product I have are their lipsticks. They're okay, they're nice, but they're not like the best lipsticks. Like, there's other lipsticks out there. And I've never really been intrigued by MAC shadows. I think they're a little expensive, and I just don't think I will be purchasing those either. I have a lot of eyeshadows in my anti-hauls because I'm always drawn to eyeshadows, but these just aren't ones that I'm mentioning. Also, speaking of eyeshadows, the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, I will not be buying. I'm so done with warm tone palettes. I have enough of those. And those colors, like, they look nice. So orange. I just don't think they're that wearable. I'm sure it's a good palette, and it's like red and orange, but I just don't wear red and orange as much on my eyes, and I feel like that's just going to be so much warm tone. Another one is the NARS Powermatte Lip Pigment. Those do look very nice. It is $26 though for one lip product, and I think that is so gosh dang expensive. $26 for one lip product. How do you have that money to spend? Like, I don't know. I don't have that much money to spend on one lip product. I will go to the drugstore. So they do look nice. And I'm sure they are because NARS is a good brand, I'm sure. Other palette, the Sephora collection, Sephora Pro palettes. There's like warm, cool, whatever. Over the warms, clearly. Let's just talk about this. They're limited edition. So then that wouldn't be good for me for YouTube because if I were to use them, whatever. They're $68. $68. Oh my lord. $68. Way too much for an eyeshadow. I can't even pay that. And if I'm going to pay $68 for an eyeshadow palette, that thing better be like the best eyeshadow I've ever used. I want to buy like the Natasha Denona and the Viseart or Viseart or however you say it palettes. Those look very awesome, and I've heard they're very good quality, and like what you're paying is what you're getting for the palette. Sephora ones, I mean, I've heard they're good, but I can't pay $68. The Cool Tone one does look kind of cool though, because you get some pinks in there and like a variety, and I'm honestly kind of reaching more towards that one because I'm so done with the warm tone palettes, but I still can't spend that money. Kat Von D came out with the Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour Palette. That's $49. I am eyeing up that Shade and Light palette, just the matte one. I want that one. That's the next high-end eyeshadow palette I buy, because it's all matte. I don't have a palette that's all matte. That's high-end. But this one is the Glimmer. It looks like pretty much the same shades almost, but there's some shimmers. I'm sure it's very good, but I will not be purchasing it because I want to buy the matte one instead. Lastly is the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer Translucent Mix in Medium. This is $34. I think that this is like a, I didn't see exactly what it is, but it's like a mix in powder with your foundation. It's an ultra fine mix in powder that gives foundation an extra velvety feel, a beautiful matte finish, and added coverage. That does look very interesting, but I don't think, if I'm already going to be spending enough money on a like, especially if it was a high-end foundation, so say I'm spending like $34 on a high-end foundation, I'm not going to spend another $34 to get more coverage, more of like a velvety feel, and also kind of like a matte finish. I might as well just buy a full coverage matte foundation, matte finish foundation for that price. I'm not going to spend another $34 on top of it, so I will not be buying it. But I do think that it's kind of a cool idea, but not necessarily something that I would buy just because of the cost. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up. I do like doing anti-hauls because it's kind of fun to like talk about products I'm not going to be buying, because I do talk about a lot of products that I've already bought or want to buy. So let me know if you enjoy these videos by thumbsing it up. I hope you will subscribe to stick around and stay tuned for my future videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!